friends, welcome back to Premier Finds. My name is Michelle, and on this channel we discuss lifestyle, fashion, fitness, jewelry, fragrance, low-end, budget-friendly, and everything in between. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to go over a couple of things that I am enjoying. You may have heard me mention these a time or two, but I just wanted to kind of circle back around and share some things with you. Completely and totally random. Most of them are along the lines of healthcare and beauty. So I'm going to jump right in. Sol de Janeiro. This was gifted to me, and I wanted to show you first and foremost how pretty the packaging is. I'm gonna get that up there so that you can see that. As we look at Easter and Mother's Day coming up, this would be a delightful little set, especially if she likes purple. 3 pieces here. In this set, we have the shower oil, we have the body butter, and then lastly, we have a light little fragrance, okay? It is the Sol de Janeiro Delicia Drench Jet Set, okay? So that's what this is, a set of 3. Again, it's the shower oil, body butter, and the fragrance, and it is delightful. I have been enjoying this at night, and it is very nice. I don't know, the scent is very relaxing. It's a nice way to transition into some good sleep. It is not oily. You're not going to stain your sheets. It is nice. So if you have been eyeing this, and I have been hearing a lot about this brand on social media, I just hadn't jumped in yet. It is a great set. Sticking along the lines of oils, shower oils, and things like that, I wanted to talk to you about L'Occitane en Provence. This is their epic, their flagship, if you will, their almond shower oil. This is a highly coveted oil. It is not very heavy. So again, all of the ones I'm going to show you, the one thing I like about it is that it doesn't soil or stain your PJs and or pillowcases and sheets. This almond scent is very delightful. One caveat, make sure that when you are packing this, or even when you bring it home from the store, make sure that it is very tight. Unfortunately and surprisingly, it doesn't have a lid. You could have a disaster if you get this all over something. Case in point, it happened to me. Luckily, I caught it in time. I smelled the almond in the car is the way that I knew that I smelled something and it hit me. Oh, maybe it's the oil. And sure enough, some was seeping out. Again, looking at the bottle, you can tell it wasn't that much, but still, just want you to be aware that you need to make sure it is sealed. And as we travel this summer, if you're going to put this in your checked baggage, because this particular size wouldn't get through TSA, if you're going to check this, please ensure that it has the little white tab that protects it from leaking. L'Occitane en Provence they make some of the most emollient and stellar hand creams, lotions, soap. You see L'Occitane en Provence stores, freestanding stores. You also have them in many of your high-end malls. They just do a really, really great job. You may know them by their iconic long silver tube with the blue writing. That's they're one and the same. And the one thing that always irritated me about that tube is how wrinkly it gets very easily, and it's so pristine and pretty at the beginning, but once you start getting out the lotion or your moisturizer, I wish that it stayed a little nice. But anyway, all of their products are very nice. They run a lot of specials, and as always, Miss Michelle told you, always buy kits. I bought this one separately just because it was at a good price, and I forget, it came from Nordstrom. That's where I got it. It wasn't in a set. I typically buy these in a set, but I hadn't gotten my hands on the almond oil in many a year, so I wanted to go ahead and get that. The last shower oil that I am going to show you is the Osé. The reason I am bringing this up is because we are leaning into spring. We are going to be showing more skin. Case in point, you want your skin moisturized. And part of doing that is when your body is damp coming out of the shower, that is a great time to go on and utilize your shower oils. We're gonna be showing more skin. I warned you folks all winter that spring and summer were coming. I asked you to exfoliate and go in with your heavy creams. arms, décolleté, everywhere. We are here. It's not too late if you haven't, but let's go ahead and start implementing some of our shower oils. Then when you utilize your Soleil Blanc and your Soleil Neige, it looks better because your skin is already beautifully moisturized, okay? Last shower oil, if you will. I love this. It's the Osea. It's all natural. It is beautiful. It too, out of the three, it is probably, and I use the term lightly, probably the heaviest, but in a good way. It is not too heavy. It is the most substantial to me in terms of how the liquid performs in your hand and on your arms. I'll say that. A little goes a long way. And then when you follow that with the anti-aging body balm, I showed you guys this about 4 months ago. This is my second set. I've enjoyed it just that much. So from head to toe, let's get moisturized. Let's get oiled. And use some on your honey bun and your kids and everyone you care for. Summer is coming. And a lot of these things will have some SPF in it, I'm sure, coming down the pike. So wanted to share that with you as a reminder. Let's start taking care of the skin. I'm gonna show you with the Osea. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the consistency while I'm here. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna put a little more on. I don't know if you can see that sheen. It's very nice. Over here, a little more on. I am not greasy by any means. Delightful scent, feels good. Although I recommend this is specifically for the shower, it is marketed to be used at that time. You can use these things any time of day just to freshen up, okay? So that covers skincare. Want to jump over to something that I have enjoyed. Ladies, you know, we get busy. We didn't make an appointment to get to the salon, or we made an appointment and something happens and our stylist can't get us in for whatever reason. There is a place in our lives for dry shampoo. I have struggled to find a good one, but I love this one by Nexxus. This was about 20 bucks. I think I got this in Target or Walmart maybe. It is the Flex Adapt Dry Shampoo. It comes in blonde and brunette. I picked up the brunette. I don't know that it makes a real big difference, but the way I utilize it is that I spray it closer to the root and then brush it out. And it really does take some of the oil out of your hair, and it does go back to, now it's not a you just walked out of the salon blowout. Please don't get it twisted. But if you need 3 more days until you can get your hair done or until you have time to wash it yourself, I have enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it very much. You know, it's funny, if you have dry hair, you want to put a little oil in it, but at the same time, 4 days later, we're trying to take it all out. So things we go through with beauty, but this I have enjoyed. If you have a favorite dry shampoo, please drop it in the comments. I am still experimenting and learning. This has been my favorite thus far, but if you have a great recommendation, let me know. There is one that I am trying to get my hands on. I can't think of the name of it, but it is in a very colorful bottle or can like this, and it has orange, fuchsia, yellows. If you have that or you know what I'm talking about, jot that down and we're gonna learn together about this dry shampoo, okay? Back to beauty. I mentioned this about 6 months ago, and I want you to know how much I am still enjoying these facial masks. I get these from Trader Joe's. They're a little more pricey. The cheapest one is about $5.99. The most expensive one I've seen is $7.99 or $8.99. But they work beautifully and I can tell a big difference. And I'm a sucker for packaging. I just think that would be really cute in an Easter basket, Mother's Day gift. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a place in your routine for masks. There's a place in your routine for masks. It is just nice to wind down, cleanse your face, and put on a mask. This one is marketed to tone. This one is a multivitamin, and then the other one that I enjoy is called Drench, and it is in a peach. It's peach, yeah, it's in a peach paper, and they're all very pretty. It reminds me of Easter egg colors, but the point is we're going into summer. We're gonna be more social. We're getting out. Please use a mask. Use it, use it, use it. One thing that I've been looking at and considering is getting the red light therapy mask, the one where you put it on and you look like Darth Vader. If you all have one of those, I would love to know about it. I have seen them at various price points. I've seen them all the way from $189 all the way up to $1,000. So I want one that's gonna be enjoyable and effective, but I'm not about to spend $1,000 for it. But if you have a ride or die in terms of that technology, I would love to know about it. Sometimes I get Neiman's will let me come in and they will give me a complimentary facial, and I see it over there all of the time. And the one that they promote is about $5.99. So I don't know, but if you have one, let me know. Along the lines of red light therapy, you guys know I love a bright white smile. And so I decided to try this Moon device. I don't know, I was just in the store and it was there and I was there and it just kind of happened. We're gonna see what this is about. I will say this, it has the whitening device, it has whitening strips and a USB charger and a sleek travel case. I'll let you know what happens. I do like a bright white smile, and I am all about the mindset of if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I like to put a lot of time and energy and resources into maintaining my skin, my health, my smile, my fitness, all of that. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And as we age and get older, our teeth do shift and change. They shift in terms of position and the coloring changes. And I'm not having that issue right now, and I don't want to. So I'm gonna see what this is about. I'm gonna say 120 for the set, maybe. We'll see. Supposedly, you charge this little doohickey here, and you put on an ointment on your teeth and you slap this in front of it and you sit there and you look silly for about, I don't know. We'll see. I'll come back with you on that. Another Moon item that I bought is their strips, their whitening strips. I drink coffee and I enjoy wine. And so I try to be real careful about my teeth. And they claim that this will brighten them up to 7 shades whiter. The one thing that I enjoy about these whitening strips, I have dove into these. The one thing that I enjoy is that they dissolve. Unlike your Crests or your Lumino, which are good products. I stand by Crest whitening strips, and I do enjoy the Lumino products. But I enjoy this because these dissolve. They don't make your teeth sensitive, in my opinion. You put them in and you forget about it. They just start dissolving, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that. This is set up to be utilized twice a day, okay? And I'm gonna bring these up a little closer so that you can see that packaging. Okay, so that's the Moon product. These are the strips, and you can buy them separately. And forgive me, I'm going to bring closer these as well, so just bear with me. I just want you to see those, and I apologize if it's too close. I forget that sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And then I want to bring back to your remembrance there, and I'm going to do the same thing for the dry shampoo, okay? So now I'm going to end this segment with 3 other things, and those are clothing pieces. Nope, I'm gonna jump in with one thing that you may be tired of me talking about. If you heard my live from Saturday, I talked about this. If you have not seen my live, I encourage you to go over and look at that. I just did it, and I talked about this product. But since I have your attention, please, would you go ahead and just hit that thumbs up for me? I really would appreciate your support. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. That way you'll be sure not to miss any of my videos if you subscribe and hit the little notification button. I am a runner, and I found great earbuds. They are by Beat. I don't have them with me. They're by Bose. Outstanding. Outstanding. I've been using them for about 2 weeks. They are the jam. I run hard. They don't come out. I sweat. The sound isn't modified or adjusted at all. They feel good. I don't stop to adjust them. They are fantabulous. As soon, the noise cancellation, I can barely talk, I'm so excited. The noise cancellation, as soon as you put them in, they go do-do-do-do. You can't hear anything. Now, As a runner who runs in the dark, please, because you can't hear, please be sure you are well lit. I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but if you're not going to be able to hear what's around you, have your mace and be sure you are well lit. It is me, the music, and the pavement. And before I know it, my 5 miles are done. I am rocking it out. The other day, I found myself stopping in the street, dancing a jig. The music was so clear. It is so clear that I can hear instruments and just different nuances to the music that I have never been able to appreciate. And so I encourage you, don't go out and spend money now if you don't have these. When you are ready to make the investment in another set of earphones, earbuds, earpods, AirPods, whatever you have it, please consider these. Love them, love them, love them. All right. I want to mention here that I am sensitive in understanding that with all that is going on in the world, I know that a lot of this stuff is luxury and unnecessary to many, and I can appreciate that. I am merely presenting these things for people who have made a decision to buy things in spite of. They're ready to treat themselves. They are going to invest in some Mother's Day or Easter items, but I do understand that we are at a difficult time in terms of tariffs and all that stuff, and I don't mean to be insensitive about that. But if you do have some discretionary spending and you are going to spend, I just wanted to share some things with you that you might want to consider. With that being said, my last 3 items were sale prices. I always like to mention that because oftentimes people assume that when people present luxury items that that's all you do. Where do you do? Why do you spend all of that on things? I don't. I save on a lot of high-end things, and so that affords me the opportunity to invest in high-end things at a reasonable price point. So I want to start with, since we finished with talking about running and those AirPods, I wanted to share 2 pieces that I picked up from Nordstrom that I think are so cute, and they're very different for me. I love, love, love this little short workout tank. Athleisure is a real workout sweatshirt if you want it to be a workout sweatshirt, or if you just want to go run errands and you want to wear something very comfortable, but you still want to be cute. This and a baseball hat and your legging, I love it. Just with it being cropped, I think just gives it a little edge. I think it makes it cute. This is in a size medium and it is by BP. Got it from Nordstrom. It was on sale. On sale. It was originally, I don't have my glasses, it was originally $69. I paid $25 for it. Come on, people. Right here. And I love the way it gathers at the waist. I love the full sleeve. I just love it. I just love it. So that was a good sale price, okay? See, I know a good sale. I know a good sale. And then, because it's spring and you want white and you want fresh, dun, da, da, da. This one comes down a little bit longer. It is by BP. This is in a size small, so that goes to show how things are cut a little differently. I think it is so fresh. I can't wait to wear it. Both of these lends itself to any hat. I am going to put this with my leggings and my denim Aritzia hat or my khaki Aritzia hat. That's gonna be so cute and I can't wait to see that. And also, if you missed my live, I told you that the On Cloud running shoes that I thought were gonna be my running shoes, they won't be my running shoes, so I have turned those into a new pair of athleisure sneakers right here. That is going to be so cute, and I'm gonna put that with the white Lululemon hat. See, it all comes together. Just get the item that's on sale and incorporate it into what you have. And I didn't think about any of that in the store the other day. And I am going to end with one of my favorite lines, Cinquecept. Love it. You guys have seen me talk about my Cinquecept pieces. I get these from Neiman Marcus and I love it. So, what did I find? I was upstairs. When I go to Neiman, my first stop is always the clearance and what's on sale. Unapologetically, that is my first stop. Why? Because I know that I can get high-end luxury pieces at a price point. That is the way I shop. After I finish the clearance rack, if I don't see anything, I head over to the full price or full retail priced items and I watch them and I look at and I investigate and I study. And I know what the price points are, so when they move them, I know, oh yes, it's time, it's time. And that is exactly what happened with this faux leather blazer. You know that animal print was all the rage in terms of what they said was in season, and you know how Michelle thinks whatever I buy and wear is in season for me. So this is a Syncacep faux leather jersey. I'm gonna start with the price point because it's so exciting. They wanted $6.95 for this jersey, They wanted $6.95 for this, and I paid $2.80. Someone help me. This is beautiful. You probably can't appreciate, I'm gonna turn this around so that you can see this. They have they have a split in the back, and then there are little gathers in the back as well. It is not heavy. I can wear this into spring. It is faux leather. Speaking of which, I am wearing a leather dress and I am going to wear this faux leather Syncacep jacket this spring, and I will have link above. I'm going to encourage you, after you finish this video, please click on the video where I talk about and provide examples as to how we can wear leather pieces in the spring, even going into summer potentially. So please watch that video, and that is why I decided to rock this leather dress. You cannot tell me that I can't wear this in the spring, okay? And not to mention, it's still a little bit cool here this morning. But back to the Syncacep jacket, beautifully done. Syncacep, be prepared to go up a size. It runs small in my opinion. This is a size 6. I'm typically a 4, but I went with a 6 in this one. The button is the same color as the jacket. Beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful jacket. I can't wait to wear it. You may think, oh, you can only wear this with black. No, you can't. Denim, khaki. Michelle would pop this on with a white bottom, just as sure as I'm sitting here. Are you kidding me? A red pant? Yes, you can. I have. Yeah, it can be done. Oh my, why stop there? Why could you not rock this with a hot pink pant? You can do it. You can do it. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to share with you today. I do appreciate your support. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I have a lot of ideas coming for subsequent videos, but if you have some things that you want me to research for you, I'll be glad to do it. That is how I came up with the leather video. People wrote in the comments section if I could show them how to wear leather into the spring. And so I did that for them, and I'd be happy to do some research for you as well. Let's learn together. I appreciate you. Have a good day. And until next time, au revoir.